What happened? What happened, everyone? I mean, I guess no one wanted to hear Will's whatever he had to say. So, I apologize. It just ended. I guess Will was just spewing information nobody wanted to know. I don't know. So I apologize. We'll get Will right back in here real fast. If you're just joining us and from that previous moment in the stream, we again do apologize. And of course, there's Will.
Ladies
I mean, I don't
and
know
gentlemen,
what you were talking about in the middle there, Will, but I'll let you kids continue. If
ladies and gentlemen, we are so back. We've never done this much winning before. We're going to win so much, people are going to say, stop the winning. We're tired of winning.
we're tired of
So
winning.
we're never going to stop winning, okay? There are winners that are coming in hot and fast. I was basically saying, look, some years Bloomington Kennedy's comp is on Altoona weekend. So, I mean, if they don't come back in the future, it could literally just be a day conflict. I feel like Sauk Prairie results are going to happen in the not too distant future.
Okay.
Because they are getting people up on stage right now and handing out trophies. I actually jumped in too late, I'm sure.
Oh,
But real quick, Sauk Prairie, a goated comp for releasing their prelim scores on their website. Every comp should do this, not just placements, but the whole shebang.
fourth runner-up, Pierre.
Oh man,
Fourth runner-up.
Third to fifth. I would assume.
Oh, did not see that coming. I mean, this is a stacked lineup.
It is.
Third runner-up.
Eisenhower Express.
Dude, I gotta know when this is. I'm so shocked as someone from Illinois. They came out swinging. Eisenhower Express. Oh man, incredible.
Second runner-up.
Second runner-up.
Waubonsie Valley.
Waubonsie Valley. This is kind of a comeback for Waubonsie Valley. Some people didn't even have them making finals here. It's a group that's kind of slipped from, the peak that they were at the top of Illinois Show Choir. And this is a fantastic way to start your season for Waubonsie Valley. These results, I don't know where they're going to go.
Well, we got Chesterton and Waconia left.
Best vocals already.
Well, yeah, you're down to the top two.
Waconia Power Company.
Oh, man.
Best. That's kind of giving me the feeling that they're going to be announced next. Third place in best vocals.
Waconia wasn't second after prelims.
Giving that vibe, Will. A weird caption placement. I don't know. Sorry, still waiting. Best visuals. Dang. Chesterton Sandpipers. Oh, no.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. Whatever it is, it's going to be tight. We might get a no-caption win here. Anticipation. This guy's
First runner-up.
classic. First runner-up.
Chesterton Sandpipers.
Chesterton Sandpipers.
Which means that Waconia Power Company is the winner.
Yes.
Man, so there's a lot going on here. Do you want to take the lead or should I take the lead?
I'm just going to let you cook, Will.
This kind of going into it, I kind of had a feeling that Waconia was due for one, especially because the more we see out of everywhere this week, the more we realize that the Burke Bonanza last week is just going to be one of those comps where it happened, but you really can't take that into consideration for what's going to happen the rest of the year. Waconia was due for one. Yeah, Waconia was fourth. Waconia was fifth. Waconia was due for one. And this is the one where Waconia gets it. Chesterton in second. I think it's really telling that Chesterton took the visuals because generally Waconia has been regarded as kind of a visual vanguard group. Obviously, powerful vocals as well, but interesting that Chesterton's on the comeback trail too. They were fifth at Milton last weekend, and now they're second and taking a major cap here. Waubonsee Valley in third. Man, like maybe are we so back for Waubonsee? Like, are we back?
I mean, this placement's giving me a lot of hope, Will. A lot of hope.
Because when we look at Waubonsee last year, they were second at Crete, second at Monona Grove to a very upstart Sussex Hamilton group, third at Glenwood, missed finals at Wheaton Warrenville South, and then also missed finals at Herscher, which was pretty shocking because the other finals groups at Herscher, Mount Zion, Chesterton, El Paso, Manteno, Glenwood, and Mount Zion Lafemme.
Mm-hmm.
So for Waubonsee, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even really consider Waubonsee at all in my finals predictions, just coming off of where they were last season. That is a phenomenal for Waubonsee. Dwight D. Eisenhower in fourth. That one mom in the Milton comment thread last week who's like, I can tell you 100% that Eisenhower Express got robbed. She's looking very real. She
might be honest something
for that.
She might be.
Yeah, so I think Eisenhower's a program that, like, if the students vote that they don't want to compete after the pandemic, we just don't see them anymore. And thankfully the students voted that they did want to compete, and we see Eisenhower. And Eisenhower will be going to Fort Wayne next weekend for the Northrop Classic, and the group that they will see there are Carroll Magic, who just become a big win at Ball State today, the Class Royale, and Twinsburg Great Expectations. So, are we on Dwight D. Eisenhower Express win watch? Maybe not.
Maybe not yet. Not yet. It's maybe a little too early, but you have to give them so much props. Tina Jacqueline doing amazing work. I mean, and of course Sam Mulligan. So I am super excited to see where Dwight D. Eisenhower goes from here, because this could be a historic season. I mean, you've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it before, where a group starts their season and they don't get the placement. They don't get where they want to be, but then they use that fire and they use that hunger, and that drives their whole season. I, as an Illinoisian, I am pumped for Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is amazing, Will. This is amazing for this program.
Absolutely. And moving down to fourth place, or fifth place, sorry, we were just talking about fourth place. Moving down to fifth place, which is the Peer Jam session. Fifth place is actually their lowest finish after the pandemic. I feel like DePere is a group that has kind of flew under the radar. They've maybe gone to some smaller competitions. They have gone to Sauk Prairie every year since the pandemic. It's been one of their staple comps. But this is a program that, when faced with big fields like this pre-pandemic, they would fold. And I can say that because I was in those groups. They would fold. They would be 9th. They would be 11th. They would be somehow missing finals by 1.3 points at Monona Grove, but still 9th in 2020. And this is a group that stepped up. They were in third place in prelims. So Sauk doesn't release their final score sheets, so I'm not sure if finals were points or ranks. But regardless, I think DePere was one of those groups that people expected to carry the banner for Wisconsin. Maybe heading into the week, a lot of people were thinking that a Wisconsin group had a chance to win this. Illinois, Indiana, and Minnesota all spoiled the party. I count myself lucky that Wahlert Impulse didn't make finals and finish and just demote another Wisconsin group out of the finals. And Eisenhower was 6th heading in. So Eisenhower, of the changes from prelims to finals, but Waconia went from 2nd to 1st. Chesterton went from 1st to 2nd. Waubonsee went from 4th to 3rd. Eisenhower went from 6th to 4th. DePere went from 3rd to 5th. And New London went from 5th to 6th. Now, granted, some of those margins are incredibly tight. Like, I'm looking at the prelim scores right now. So the gap between 1 and 2 was 0.13 points in prelims.
Oh,
That's how
man.
close it was. Chesterton 86.4, Waconia 86.26. So that is not, when you're separated by that close in the prelims, it's not a shock when the reverse of that happens in finals. De Pere was third at 82.9. Waubonsie was fourth at 82.7. So again, with only 0.2, certainly not a shock when something like that happens. New London was in fifth with 82. And then Eisenhower was in sixth with 81.7. So again, when you look, the gap from 3 to 6 was 1.2 points. So really, you could have tossed those bottom 4 choirs in an air fryer and dumped them out, and they could have come in any order, And maybe the air fryer reference is a little niche, but as a 22-year-old bachelor, I do a lot of air fryer foods in my life, so it's just been on the top of my mind recently. So there's a lot going on here. I think, okay, really, yes, the out of state groups won. Waubonsie comeback arc, big story as well. Dwight D. Eisenhower, I would say probably the biggest story, on a what's the word I'm looking for? On an overall scale, maybe Eisenhower Express the biggest story. But I just want to give not even 1 second, but I want to give several handfuls of seconds to New London Vision. New London is a group that they've been around forever. Lori Fleury was there for 30 years. She retired after 2020. Kevin Spindler comes in from Colby. 2022 was his first competition season. Immediate promise in the group. Moved forward in 22. Moved forward in 2023. Arguably took a little bit of a step back in 2024. If we look at Sauk Prairie 2024, New London was 11th, I want to say. Yes, they were 11th. And then at Fort Atkinson, they were, I think, around 9th in prelims. No, I think they were 7th at Fort Atkinson. So they barely missed at Fort Atkinson, but they were still 11th at Sauk Prairie. Their 2 finals appearances, a 6th at De Pere and a 5th at Green Bay Southwest. New London started the season by placing 2nd to El Paso at Toma. They now have a very solid finals appearance. I would say that, the first runner-up is huge, first one since 2006. But I would honestly argue that on a full scale, that this is a bigger finals appearance for Vision, because who did Vision beat to make finals? They beat Milton Correlation, which I've been telling everyone this year is a group on the rise, right? And that gap between New London and Milton, New London. I guess the gap between Eisenhower and Milton, Eisenhower 81.7, Milton 80.2. So actually there was 1.5 points is not a big gap.
No.
But in terms of what we were looking at from 3 to 6, the gap from 6 to 7 was bigger than the gap from 3 to 6. So there was a buffer of sorts. 8th place was Toma Limited Edition, who won 4 competitions last year. 9th place was Sparta Upstage Adrenaline, who beat Chesterton last week. And 10th place was Plymouth Momentum. So I think when we look at who New London beat to get here, I think that this is huge for them. They did stumble out of the gate last year, but they showed that they came out of the gate on all cylinders this year, and they are continuing to fire on all cylinders. Even going further down the list, Milton doing very well. Maybe they won't be challenging on Alaska next week at De Pere, but they will see New London again in 7 days at De Pere. So I think that will be a matchup that I will very closely be watching. That'll probably be your 2 group and your 3 group right there. Sparta Upstage Adrenaline, they seem to have hiccups once or twice a year. I really don't think that this should get the Sparta program down. I think they're still one of the fastest on the rise groups in Wisconsin. They'll be back in action at La Crosse in 2 weeks, Naperville North in 3 weeks, assuming that's not canceled. Indianola a month from now, and Janesville Craig to wrap up their comp season. So I think Sparta can only move forward from here. But kind of the final group that I want to touch on here is Plymouth Momentum. This is a group that doesn't make finals a lot, but they really only moved out of the prep division after the pandemic. And to go and compete in a really deep field here and finish in 10th place, I think is really great, especially for a group that performed at 9:50 in the morning. They led off the division at 9:50 this morning. And so Plymouth coming in 10th place, they competed at Holman and Milton previously. They were 8th at Holman. or maybe they were ninth. I think they were ninth at Holman. And then they were also out of finals at Milton. And so to make a positive step forward here, I think is really great for them. I think they have a really good shot to make finals at De Pere next week as well. And also they're making positive steps forward within the season too, because they actually lost to Reedsburg at Holman at the start of the season, and then they actually beat Reedsburg. The rest of the choirs, there are a lot of big Wisconsin names here that got tossed to the bottom of this division. Holman in 11th, Reedsburg in 12th, Mayville in 13th, Hamilton Synergy in 14th. They finished 10 spots lower at this comp in 2025 than they did in 2024. Wahlert 15th, Fort Atkinson 16th, Janesville Craig 17th, and Eau Claire North 18th. It's going to be a long season for a lot of these groups because a lot of these same groups are going to show up at Monona Grove, and Lewis Central is going to be there, and Iowa City is going to be there, and De Pere is going to be there, and there are going to be a lot of groups that snap up final spots in a hurry. So I think for a lot of these groups, I would say anywhere from Pullman on down, that you really like it. It's certainly not panic button time, but you certainly got to be cognizant of, okay, even if the margins were close, we're not necessarily where we want to be right now, so we need to change something and get to where we want.
Yeah, no, and I think you touched on almost everything. You did a great job of that recap.
If I didn't, I would have to hang it up, man.
I kind of thought the same thing. Just the one thing I want to point out from Sauk Prairie that we haven't touched on. These judges are
insane panel.
Yes. So I want to give a lot of credit to Sauk Prairie for putting on a amazing event. This must have been so hard to judge, and to compare and do all this stuff. But that judges list is top tier. So you got to give a lot of praise to Sauk Prairie for putting on a reliable and fantastic competition.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at the panel, so scoring judges for prelims, John Burles, one of the vocal judges, and then also Cassie Krause, one of the vocal judges. So in Burles, you have a former director at Carmel, who then quit directing to be a full-time arranger, also former director at Wheaton South, and Cassie Krause, a longtime Wheaton North director as well. Choreo judges, Nick Kwame and Orlando Buchanan. So both well-respected and well-traveled industry choreographers. Critique, Adam Peters and Jessica Ballweg. So Adam Peters, like essentially full-time show choir clinician with a day job at this point, and Jessica Ballweg, who choreographs for Sauk, and then a couple of band critique judges as well. So again, I think incredible panel at Sauk Prairie. Do we have any other? I feel like I've been talking for a long time. I feel like we have finalists at Pleasant Hill.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We have we have those. I'm trying to catch up on Jackson Prep to see where they're at. I feel like they're at a little break right now. So, yes, please go ahead with Pleasant Hill.
So we've got P Hill finalists. I think awards for this are on track to occur right around 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central. We have Oak Park, Oak Street Singers leading off finals. Carthage Soundwave, second slot in finals. Platte County Sound Express, third in finals. Neosho Coraliers, fourth in finals. Harrisville Music Makers, fifth in finals. Jenks Trojaneers, sixth in finals. I am a little shocked that there are no single gender groups in here. Usually in Missouri, at least one or two single gender groups find their way into finals. I think the top four of Jenks, Neosho, Platte County, and Carthage, I think a lot of people expected to be there. I think the last two spots are a little up for grabs. This is turning into a peak or a kind of a cliche season for Harrisonville, where they're not winning competitions, but they are always winning the 4A division, and more often than not, they are making finals and putting their name in among those bigger 5A choirs. Oak Park making finals for the second time in a row as well. They were fourth at Maryville 2 weeks ago. The last time they made finals twice in a row was 2023 when they competed at Northwest Missouri State and Norwalk. So, and also Mount Vernon that year. So a 3 streak for Oak Park in 2023, a 2 streak to begin 2025 for them as well. And don't necessarily know how things are going to shake. Allegedly, prelim awards, Neosho first, Jenks second, Carthage third.
Ooh.
So that would mean that Harrisonville from the 4A division is there, and then that Oak Park, and also why am I blanking on the last group right now? Oak Park and Platte County would be 4 and 5. I can't say I've seen a show from any of these groups necessarily, besides maybe a video of a Neosho show. And I think I need to watch a Jenks show at some point this year.
Yeah.
I think that Jenks is coming here to play. Michael Shimp, I will say, I was back when Michael Shimp was first announced as the Jenks director. He didn't really have any previous very public show choir experience, and especially after taking over a program as storied as Jenks, in a state where not a lot of people do show choir. I was kind of worried that is the program going to die out? Well, the program is now at 3 groups, so I think that's phenomenal as well. So yeah, I think Jenks. I don't know. Jenks is going to Avon this spring,
Yeah.
so they'll run into the Indiana Buzzsaw right there as well.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out Nathan from Circle City. He, thank goodness, he sent us a link to a stream that what Jinx was doing on their Instagram. So I got to catch probably this half of their closer, and I think they finished really well from what I noticed. They're doing an Alice in Wonderland theme. So it was pretty cool to see. That's a group that I probably would not see on any basis unless it's someone I went to Troy. So I'm glad that I got to see at least some of their show. I am really excited to see how they do this year. Like you said, going to Avon is really unique for them. But yeah. Oh, we had a comment earlier that said, "What did we know about Oak Park?" The one thing I really know about Oak Park, they got 4th at the last competition, but whatever they got, best show design. So that means something. Especially when you go up against Papillion La Vista Free Spirit. So that does mean something for Oak Park, and hopefully maybe it could prevail them to a top placement here.
Yeah, and also their director, Chris Drogenmuller, has been there since 2012, and maybe longer than that. So they're under veteran leadership, and I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think Oak Park is actually in it's in the North Kansas City School District. I thought it might have been in the Kansas City School District. It's in the North Kansas City School District.
Mm-hmm.
So at a ways north of downtown Kansas City. We have a comment. Tune into Saturday Night Jive. There, to the best that we know, there is no live stream.
Awards starting now.
So
where's the link?
Yeah. But also if you're watching results, comment them as you get them, and we'll react live to them. I think going to West Branch. We can talk about West Branch. Indianola, I think, is the betting favorite at West Branch. They wound up winning last year, and that was their first win in program history, and they're looking to repeat this year. Cedar Rapids Jefferson was second in prelims. Glenwood Titan Fever had to bow out of this competition due to circumstances that we may or may not cover on the podcast on Monday. Western Dubuque and Cedar Rapids Jefferson are going at it again after seeing each other 2 weeks ago at Muscatine. Des Moines Christian is going to see how far that 2A Magic can take them, and Marion New Creation playing 3A Spoiler as well. I think we are. I think once we get West Branch, I think we can count the number of comps we're waiting on one hand. So
I'm trying. I'm on Facebook. I'm scouring West Branch. So I don't think
there's a link.
So I'll keep looking though.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with West Branch. Other than that, other competitions that we are waiting on, it looks like Hastings Tiger Clash should have results in by now, but maybe let me just refresh the page here. Yeah, we don't have anything from Hastings yet. Finalists at Hastings are Wahoo Royalty, so a nice appearance for Wahoo. Aurora Rhapsody, who I don't think anyone had even remotely on their radar. Millard South on stage, fresh off a big second place last week. Norris Gold, who makes finals for the first time this year. Grand Island Ultimate Image, and Gretna East Equinox. Interesting judging panel at this one. So Nick Cabarros, Mitchell Friendecu director, Pete Eklund, director of choral activities at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, Edgar Estrada, current Pius X director, Valerie Mack, who has been a show choir adjudicator for 35 years, and then also Lauren Ballou, who is the, I believe, current director of Liberty Middle School Flight and formerly of Elkhorn Ridge Middle School as well. So if anyone has results from Hastings, we will also take them in the comments. Otherwise, we're looking at West Branch here. It looks like awards are happening at West Branch right about now. Mount Vernon theoretically should be having awards sometime soon. Jackson Prep also maybe kind of sort of looking at awards soon. And Millard, that leaves Millard West and Pleasant Hill, and I don't think we're getting Pleasant Hill results until tomorrow morning. Millard West results, I feel like that would be the holy grail to hold out for. So that might be coming around the top of the hour. So 12 midnight for you Central Time folks, 1 Eastern, or 1 o'clock for you Eastern folks. Linmar versus Carmel versus Brandon at Chesterton will feed families. No glaze. I swear I'm from Red Hot. We appreciate you clarifying that you're not glazing. Even if it was glaze, I don't even think it is, because I think that's just an objective fact that Linmar, Carmel, Brandon, Millard North, Mount Zion, Northrop, Carroll, who else is going to be there? I feel like I'm missing someone. Danville.
I think you're doing a good job.
I feel like there's one more that I'm missing in there.
Here, I'll get
around to it eventually. But that's just like, it's an objective fact that matchup is going to feed families.
Yeah. So Carroll, Northrop, Millard North, Linmar, Mount Zion, Brandon, and Carmel. That
maybe
is
right.
Insane lineup.
Yeah. So and we're going to be talking about it every week until that comp happens, and then we're going to be talking about it every week after that comp happens. But yes, that comp will feed families, and also there are like 7 comps that day that will feed families.
Yes.
We might have to. Show Choir Nation might be a 2-hour show that week and the week after, just to talk about everything that's happening.
The preview and recap will be Wheaton Warrenville vibe from last year.
Yeah,
it's got.
And then we're gonna have to do that same thing for Mount Zion, and I feel like we might have to do that same thing for Glenwood too.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of families being fed
20 days
during this show choir season. 20
days from Chesterton.
Crazy. Prediction goes Linmar, Carmel, Brandon, and a sneaky Carroll in the 4. Boy, you are lucky that no one from the South is in this stream right now. At least I don't think they are, because we usually get comments when the Southern people are in the stream. Brandon in 3rd is darn near blasphemy for them. But honestly, I absolutely see a way that it happens. Like, as we were talking about an hour and a half ago, each competition that Linmar goes to is Linmar's to lose until they start losing. So I certainly see Linmar at the 1, and you know, as long as Carmel is not having an epic down year, like Carmel is going to be maybe at most 2 steps behind Linmar, probably closer to 1 or 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that Brandon has to fit in a very tight window to be anywhere in the top 2. Carroll at the 4, that is a choice. We'll see how.
Which I'm not against, though. I am not against Carroll at the 4. It's going to be tight regardless. But after their showing today, I haven't seen their show, but from what I've heard is that, it looks pretty darn good. So
the thing about Carroll is that I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good read on them before Chesterton, because they were at Ball State today, where there were only 2 large mixed groups, and they're at Northrop next week, where there are only 4 large mixed groups.
Yeah.
So I don't think they are. Oh, and they host the Carroll Classic on February 8th, and then they head to Chesterton. So I feel like most other groups are going to have a couple competitions against a lot of different groups under their belt, and we'll be able to at least figure out where they're coming in. I think Carroll is going to be absolutely one of the wild cards.
Oh yeah.
This Chesterton competition.
Yeah, they're gonna be who was the one last year? Was it Broken Arrow going into Wheaton Warrenville that we just didn't know because of the competition they went up against? How they would fare, and of course they did a fantastic job. One of the best shows I've seen in a long time. I mean, that toy show is one of the best. They didn't make finals, but they surely left a mark on everybody. I think Carroll's going to fall in that exact same category. We just do not know. The same thing goes with the East Coast. Whenever Daniel Hand travels to nationals, it's going to be the same kind of scenario where we don't really know where they're going to fall. You know, it is what it is. I mean, the competition is not the same everywhere. Not everyone goes up against the same people. And that's one of the beauties of show choir is the unknown and like the hypotheticals. So, it's so much. There's so much to take in, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be a ball. It is gonna be a ball.
Absolutely. I feel like we've yapped a little bit. So if anybody who's at West Branch is still in the stream right now, please comment the West Branch results because we would love for another comp result to talk about.
If you had to do a top 3 at West Branch, what do you think you might have?
Indianola and Bloomington Jefferson, for sure. That third spot is a real toss-up, in my opinion. I think there are a lot of different ways that it could go, but I'm going to stick to my guns for what I said on the podcast, and I'm going to put Des Moines Christian in third.
I love it. I like that you're sticking to your guns. I'm kind of the same way. Now, I mean, Des Moines Christian might go in and out for me, but they are definitely in the mix. So I think this is Indianola's because, I mean, I hope it is. I am an Indianola stan at the end of last season, so I hope they can break through at this one. We have a comment that says Carmel, I think, gets second unless they really have a down year, and then Brandon takes it. Very possible, but I mean, we also have to remember this is Carmel's home court. Like, they have won this competition, I forgot how many times in a row now. Like, this is
several.
Yeah. This is like as home court as it gets besides performing at your own competition. So Brandon is going to have to bring it being on the road. But again, I mean, we will see how they do at Millard West. I mean, Millard West. If they can bring it at Millard West, that's going to give us a glimpse into what they possibly can do at Chesterton. So very excited to see that. See how those results come up. And we just got word that Brio just finished at Millard West. So host performance by Millard West is coming up, and then awards. So we have a few people on the inside right now, but who knows if we're going to get those awards faster than everybody else. We'll see. And maybe we'll get somebody from the comp to join back, but we'll see how that goes. It's a possibility.
Yes, we will see. I think we might call it a night after we get those Millard West results. I'm really hoping that we could get either some combination of Mount Vernon, Jackson Prep, West Branch, and Hastings before then, because that is still WIG and then awards. We're still looking at like 20 plus minutes out for those. So we need some filler content to talk about, and B, boy, it's 11:30 for me, and I'm just ready to start rolling through results for the night.
Yep. So if you have any questions, this is also a Q&A, so we'll fire away on any of them. We'll take any. If you have anything on the night, any thoughts, please let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think my chat froze again, so you're gonna have to. Yeah.
I'll let you know.
We can We can go back to Ball State because we didn't talk about Friday at Ball State, and I feel like there are a couple good storylines from Friday at Ball State.
Okay. Go ahead. I am still trying to connect back to Jackson Prep. I don't think those awards happened yet, but like the live stream cut out, so I don't really know.
Oh, I thought it was a paid live stream for fine. Oh, okay, we have prep results.
Oh no, we have results.
Northwest Rankin, vocals, choreo, crew, grand champ. J.A. Encore, show design, second place. Spain Park, third place. Northwest Rankin, the Allure, fourth place. Boy, we if you were here at the start of the stream, which I really don't think there's anybody left from the start of the stream, but Bradley Davis said that he heard, now this is not gospel, but also show up to church tomorrow, everybody, and hear the gospel. But Northwest Rankin was ahead and had vocals, and Jackson Academy was second and had visuals.
Yeah.
Clearly, Northwest, either that was true and Northwest stepped it up in finals, or Northwest just had the lead in everything all along. But this is a great win for Northwest Rankin to start the season.
Oh yes, incredible. I don't even know what to say. I was here. You were here, Nathan. You were so here. I don't even have much to say because, I mean, to come out and sweep a competition like this against people within your region, stacked like this, and I mean, this is a competition I think that's flown under the radar this week. So, not a lot of people have been talking about it. But
I mean, there are like 4 high school groups going, or
exactly.
6 high school groups going.
But I mean, this actually really does mean something to the South region. So I'm excited for Spain Park. Thank goodness they're coming up to the Midwest. We'll see them in the
division.
Yes.
I'm just going to say it right now. Like, yes, I know that they wouldn't make finals, but they absolutely should not be in the prep division. That is a varsity level flyer.
No, I was about to say the exact same thing because I saw a video of them. I forgot from who. I think it was from Bradley on a story, maybe. Their numbers, I was like, whoa. I was like, they have numbers in that choir. Now, I don't know how it compares to maybe Troy Soundwave Buchanan, because they also have a lot of kids on that stage. So maybe it does even up a little bit. But again, seeing them in the prep division on Mount Zion will be interesting.
Yeah, and this is only the second. Well, okay, technically it's not a sweep, because in the South, show design is generally caption, but it's only the third overall win in program history for Northwest Rankin. Their most recent one was a split caption win at South Jones 2 years ago, where they took choreo in over West Jones, who had vocals, and show design went to. They don't think they awarded show design to that comp. But split caption with West Jones 2 years ago, and then a true sweep at Purvis in 2020, vocals, choreo, show design, costumes, spirit, and male soloist or male performer. That's back when Purvis had a comp. B, that's back when Northwest Rankin's choir name was Rhapsody, and that's back when they were a middle division group. So, if we look at where Northwest was, and that was 5 years ago. Yeah, that was Purvis 2020. They beat PRC's girls, their own girls, and Summerall Legacy was the 5th group in finals there. I think that they've come a long way, and I think a lot of programs in the South have come a long way. And I think that Northwest is absolutely one of those programs as well. A great sweep win for them. Jackson Academy, they have 10 boys this year. So I don't know if that's the best number of boys that you could potentially be looking at. But, first comp under the direction of Jacob Buxton, I think that second place is still fine for JA. They will be going to, it's on the wrong JA. They will be at Tupelo, Glenwood, and Brandon later in the year. Tupelo, I think, have some success at. Glenwood's going to be interesting, and Brandon will be interesting as well.
Oh yeah.
I think that if you're JA, okay. I will admit that's a bit of a janky competition season, because prep where you only see like Northwest is like the only other Mississippi large program that you see. And then Tupelo is going to be a bit of a lighter field this year as well. Grenada, Biloxi, Oak Grove, which I guess are all other large mixed programs. But then Glenwood, just everybody, Oak Mountain, Brownsburg, um, uh, Milton, Marquette, Naperville North, Wheaton South, Mount Zion, and then Brandon, which as of right now, I think is looking like Mount Zion, South Jones, MC, JA, and I think Northwest Rankin again. So maybe maybe not Northwest. But anyways, I think if you're JA, like it's gonna be hard to build momentum over the course of the season, especially because you compete again on February 15th and then on March 1st and then on March 29th. But I think like you do the best you can with that, and you go forward. And I think second for JA is fine.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you saw this, but I am just now catching up on some of the social on showcard.com. There are some more comments under Pleasant Hill. I don't know how realistic they are, or how true they are, because it is a comment and it says they believe. So I don't know if we should go out saying some of these prelim placements. But however, they did have Neo Show in first. I heard Neo Show was possibly in third.
No, that was community predictions.
Oh, that was community predictions? Oh, you're right. Oh man, long stream. But Neo Show in first, second was Jinx, third was Carthage Soundwave. So, I mean, that's kind of how I saw it going into this competition. And then I think this individual said they merged Oak Grove with Tier 2. So it was Harrisonville at the 1 in Tier 2, Oak Grove Impact in second, and Warrensburg in third. So that is pretty interesting, but
well, see, here's the thing with Missouri is that they do it by the A system, school enrollment. Some schools are like very particular of like 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and then other ones like this, like James 6A school, but it looks like they combine them in with the 5A schools, and then it looks like they also combined the 3A division and 4A division, and did they give 2A awards? Did they give 2A awards? Who knows? Also, there were 8 groups in the women's division, and they only announced 3 placings. So if anyone has expanded women's division results, hit us up. We'd be very appreciative of that. As we get towards homeroom ranking season, if we can get placements all the way down for some of these choirs in the rankings. Yeah, but putting a kind of a final touch on prep.
yeah,
Spain Park, I think they were in a bit of a box here. I think a lot of people generally expected them to be third. The top 2 were up for interpretation a bit, and the 4 most people thought was going to be Northwest Rankin Lure. So Spain Park, like, you're just kind of there, but you do the best you can, and Spain Park is going to go to Oak Mountain in 2 weeks, and they will be competing against Enterprise, Grenada, Homewood, and Auburn. So that will be very much a welcome to large mix Spain Park kind of deal, because if I remember correctly, last year Spain Park was a middle, and they made finals at Auburn, and they were second in Division 3. So Martez Sidwell, he did bring in, I believe, new for this year, Shane Coe as choreographer. I can't remember how many other Southern groups Shane Coe does. I gotta think that this is one of the first.
Yeah, I don't know many.
Well, it looks like he did a group in Tennessee last year. Oh, he did Enterprise for a year in 2020. But yeah, besides that, though, a fresh face choreography-wise in the South for Spain Park, I think that could be good, as you're kind of stepping out of the box of what a lot of people use. But when you look at Homewood, Auburn, Enterprise, Spain Park, that would be very easy to, if you're not on your A game, all of a sudden slip right down to the bottom of that division, which would be 5th. And then in middle mixed, you're also looking at good groups like Helena, Briarwood, Wood Continuum, and Vestavia. So I think that Spain Park is going to need to bring their A game going forward. I don't know if I would have rather seen them at Tallahassee, because I don't know if they were going to take any captions off an Auburn group that usually super strong. But I mean, yeah, I guess there really wasn't. Homewood not competing this weekend. I think Homewood, Spain Park, and Auburn at Tallahassee. I think that would have been a great division. But it just it is what it is.
Yeah. Luckily, they're going to be performing soon in a pretty tight division anyway. So we'll see that here in a little bit. We had a comment earlier that we already kind of touched on, but just to get your little Spark Notes version of it, Will, how do you feel about Sparta not making finals at Sauk Prairie after winning grand champs at Middle last weekend?
Yeah, things happen. They really do. When you look at the season show choir, just even in Wisconsin last year, Hamilton Synergy missed finals at Depeer, and then their next comp out won grand champion. And so I know a lot of people. Sparta was a really trendy pick to win the competition, and like it's just show choir, and things happen. And I will not tolerate any attacks on the judges, because as we have discussed earlier on this stream, all 4 of the scoring judges are incredibly well respected, and it's going to be one of those things where you just go and you move on from it. I think that Sparta has a bit of an interesting competition from here. After going to lacrosse, they'll be at state for full weeks at Naperville North, Pianola. So I think if I was part of Upstage Adrenaline, I'm circling lacrosse on my calendar as something where I can really. It's not a revenge tour, but maybe it's a bit of a comeback tour. And then also, obviously, Janesville Craig here to defend their grand championship at that competition. And I think with the going lineup right now, Fort Atkinson, Ashwaubenon, Mayville, Preble, Oswego, I think Sparta does that. Granted, there could be other groups there that I don't know about, but I think like Sparta next day will come.
Mm-hmm. For sure. We also had another comment. Ball State comp thoughts. We talked about this very, very early into the stream. It feels like forever.
Thoughts.
Yeah, we talked about Ball State.
Yeah, but only Saturday, not the Friday part of Ball State.
Oh, we didn't talk about Friday?
No, we didn't. Do we have any West Branch updates?
I have been scouring for West Branch updates, and I have not seen anything. So if anyone, just throw them in the chat if you know anything. So we know those results should be coming in very, very soon. So
yeah. So Ball State Friday results. DeKalb Classic Connection taking home the win and also best vocals, and then also hold on, let me get to my show sheet here. In second place with best choreo, Newcastle Red Hot Blues, and in third place Edgewood Music Warehouse. Fourth place Garrett Encore. Fifth place Burst Parliament Sound. Sixth place Bishop Dwenger Summit Sound, and seventh place Anderson Prep Vocal Velocity. I think it's time to talk about DeKalb rounding a corner. Obviously, after the whole Shelly Johnson thing happened a couple of years before the pandemic, DeKalb hit a bit of a rough patch, but I give Joshua Doublestein at DeKalb a lot of credit because he has stuck with that program. And there would be a lot of people, I think, who would give up on that after 1, 2, maybe at max 3 years. But I believe this is Dubs' 8th year, maybe 7th year. I think 7 maybe. And he has Classic Connection turning a corner. They're certainly not, I think, like top of the small mix division in Indiana, but toppling Newcastle, who I think was generally for sure a top 10 small group in Indiana last year, and maybe a fringe top 5 small group in Indiana last year. I think that's huge. Obviously, it's a split caption, so that Newcastle isn't too far behind. Personally, I am partial to Newcastle's show. They're doing an Indy 500 show this year.
Oh, man.
And shout out Nathan from Circle City and I. We will probably be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway somewhere in a crowd of 300,000 people together at some point in next spring. So I'm a little partial to that show. Edgewood with third place. It's just it's hard when there are a lot of good small mixed choirs. So I don't really know if you can read too much into that for Edgewood. Fourth for Gary is pretty nice, and then Burris, Dwenger, and Anderson Prep. I really can't say that I know a lot about any.
Yeah. Um, my only thought about this is I was lucky enough to see the man, it's getting late. The last Shelly Johnson show for DeKalb at HOA Orlando in 2018. So I feel blessed I was able to see that show. It was like a dinosaur themed show, and it was just so much fun the whole time. Uh, it for sure was something, bedrock and all. So seeing them place above Newcastle here is amazing as somebody who's able to see this group that was once so prominent. So I got to give a bunch of props to Classic Connection for beating out some amazing choirs here in Edgewood and Newcastle. Groups that have been running the Tier 2 for a while. I mean, they've been in the top 3 consistently. So if DeKalb could keep it up, clearly it was close. Was best vocals and best choreography going split. Best band going all the way down to Burst Laboratory is kind of interesting. But again, best band scores, of course, count a little less than choreography and vocals. So, again, very interesting. For Tier 2, the Treble Division, shout out to Edgewood for getting the victory here. Was best vocals and best choreography. So, yeah. And again, another fantastic event judges list. I mean, I don't know how we have these many stacked judging panels within 1 week, because that's hard to come by for just one competition. But to have multiple competitions that are really well rehearsed and have people who know what they're talking about is such a plus for everybody, and it makes people want to go to those competitions even more. So, big shout out to Ball State for this competition. I've never been to a competition where it was held on a college campus, or that's a lie, hosted by a college campus, by a college group. So that is an interesting dynamic that I sadly have never gotten to experience.
We do have a slight result from West Branch.
Oh, I love slights.
Uh,
Keep it slight. Well,
Bloomington Jefferson was third.
that's the
So
only
I
thing
would assume that
we know.
Huh?
That's the only thing we know
that's the only thing we know.
from West Branch. Oh my! Please,
So I would assume that means that Indianola is in one of those top 2 spots.
yeah, and maybe Des Moines Christian or Marion or West Dubuque, Cedar Rapids. This will be interesting when it comes in, because if Indianola can finally break through and get their first GC of the season, who knows what wonders that will do for them going forward.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's certainly looking that way.
Yeah. Okay, so West Branch was 6th. Or Western Dubuque was 6th.
Where are you getting this information from?
We have crawling Facebook, crawling Instagram. So we have Bloomington Jefferson in 3rd. We have Western Dubuque in 6th. And
I guess I'll start looking to
other groups performing in finals. Does anyone follow Miles Spin on TikTok, and has he posted anything about today's competition?
I'm looking up Indianola. Apparently had a tornado warning January 5th. Weird. If anyone has any information on Indianola Show Choir or the competition at West Branch. Okay, Indianola Middle School Choirs is active on Facebook right now. Shout out, high school choirs. Okay. Give me something. Congratulations. Oh, it's 4 hours ago. Yes, so nothing on Facebook by Indianola that I have seen.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I rooting for Indianola here.
Yeah.
I have to see them break through.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So the results that we are waiting for at this point, Hastings, which I think should be rolling in here maybe around the top of the hour. I think that competition has fallen quite a ways behind.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasant Hill, who I don't think we're getting those results
No.
at any point. Mount Vernon, which theoretically should have wrapped like about an hour ago. I think perhaps info is a little slow coming out of Mount Vernon. Millard West and West Branch. So I think if we could get two of these before ending the stream, preferably in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I think that would be good.
Yeah. This is something I didn't notice. I'm probably very late on this, but Web City putting 3 groups into finals, including their male group, is something. It is something that's very, very rare to have 3 choirs in finals, let alone one of them being your male group. So I have to give props to Web City singers, Bella Voice, and Dominance.
Did you just say Bella Voice?
Voice.
Voce?
It's Voce? Dude, I must be an idiot. I never knew that.
At least I think that's how
No,
it's
I mean, you're probably right. I'm an idiot. So, I mean, you know how I used to say, I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm messing up.
Leaving was one thing.
Oh, hold on. I have to skip through an ad. We're gonna.
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know? What do you know about Mitchell Friendly Coop?
How
What do you know?
you pronounce these phrases? Meaning beautiful voice in Italian. Bella, bella, meaning beautiful in Italian.
I got that.
Voce, voce.
It's Voce.
Allegedly.
I mean, I believe this guy. He sounds like he knows what he's doing.
It's a random YouTube video I pulled up.
Anyway, shout out Web City. And same with Joplin. Joplin playing 2 groups in the finals.
I believe this is the first time that Web City has put all 3 of their groups into finals.
All time?
Yeah.
That would make a lot
Well, because
sense. So
dominance didn't exist until 2020, I believe. Maybe 2020. No, maybe 2019. I hope they were for sure around pre-pandemic for a year. Okay.
Shout out Steve Scenes real fast for saying, "Wow, 7 finalists?" ? Go, Steve. Steve Robinson is one of the goats.
Yes, we love Steve. Yeah, 7 finalists. I think originally they had 6 finalists on the schedule. Don't know what prompted them to take 7th. Maybe perhaps there was an unbreakable tie for 6th. But
man, there could have been.
Or maybe some other shenanigans went down. If we look at the 5A or top class prelim results, that had Web City Singers in first, Marquette Center Stage in second, and Joplin Sound Dimension in third. So I think a win for Web City here would be great. They had a really phenomenal season last year, which was certainly a step above where they were in 2023. They had a very solid Blue Valley comp last week where they only lost to Westside and Neosho. And I think pulling up a win here would be pretty phenomenal. I think that if it happened, so if Web City won.
Wait, I have some results maybe.
If Web City won, it would be their 9th win. But if Marquette won, if Marquette somehow managed to win, it would be their first win.
Okay, so I have some results. Are you ready? 5 hours ago. So I mean,
maybe
these are
this is prelims.
I don't think so. Final awards, grand champions, Web City Singers. I don't know the other placements, but in finals, grand champions, Web City Singers. In second runner-up was Bella Voice. in
We're
sixth
still
runner-up.
doing Bella voice.
I'm gonna keep doing it until I'll learn it eventually. And then in sixth runner-up, so the seventh finalist was Dominance.
So 137 for Webb City.
All three choirs made finals. Yeah. So good for them. Shout out Webb City. That's a heck of a showing. I'll try to maybe poke out some other results. Maybe Joplin posted something.
Oh, hold on. We got Hastings final results.
Oh, go at it. Go at it.
All right. But sit down if you're not sitting down
Wait.
yet.
Wait. Where is this going to go?
Sixth place, Aurora Rhapsody. Fifth place, Wahoo Royalty. Fourth place, Millard South. Third place, Grand Island. Second place, Vocals and Choreo, Gretna East. First place band, Norris Gold. Yes, sir. This is kind of why we wanted to do the show, right? It's just kind of to kind of read results and then be like,
this is exactly what best vocals, best choreo.
Here's the thing. So Gretna East has now taken vocals and choreo at both of their comps this year. Norris went from not making finals at Gretna last week, where they were beaten soundly by Gretna East, to now beating Gretna East at the top of finals at Hastings.
We have a comment. So, I mean, we have to keep talking about Hastings, but comment real fast before we lose it. Not sure full placements, but one side came in first and DMC came in second.
Des Moines Christian second. Wow.
You are insane for calling that. You called that.
Well, no, I said third. Third.
You know what? I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to you. That is a victory in your book. So shout out Indianola for breaking through and getting that win. I believe they got their first win. Was it 2 years ago or last year?
Last year at that comp.
Last year at this comp? Oh, my goodness. They got their first win ever.
Yeah.
And then now they come back and defend their title. So congratulations to Indianola. DMC, wow. I'll let you go in depth because that was kind of your sleeper pick on this competition. And the fact that they placed higher than your maybe crazy prediction that you had them in third. I'm just going to let you spew before we get into this Gretna East, both captions of vocals and choreography in second place.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen – oh, no, I have seen the Des Moines Christian show. I always forget that I have. Yeah, great program. Really small school. 2A, not even 3A in Iowa, 2A, which is the third division down in terms of enrollment, and very clearly showing that they are right there in the conversation with all of the big schools. Yeah. Otherwise, like Indianola has a phenomenal show this year. I think we all expected Indianola to win. We pair that with Bloomington Jefferson in third and Western Dubuque in sixth. So that leaves Marion and Cedar Rapids Jefferson as placements yet to be determined. So if anyone has a line on either of those, we can then process of elimination the other one. So
I'm just staring at this Hastings result, and
yeah.
So first off, I mean, off the bat is you got to give so much credit to Norris. So I'm guessing that the way this happened, it must have been rankings. I don't know, so don't put that to stone. However, if you're Gretna East, you gotta hang your head high. You might be confused right now because I'm confused right now, but like. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen best vocals and best choreography to one group, and another group wins.
Oh, come on. Yes, you absolutely have. I absolutely have.
Wait, the same group. Okay, so the same group wins both awards, and they don't win.
Yeah, you're saying you've never seen that before?
Without a time penalty or anything?
Oh, good gosh, that happened at New London in 2023. That happened like at the first year of the De Pere competition that happened in 2000.
Okay, so you're just rattling off Wisconsin groups. You're just rattling off Wisconsin groups, or cops. I mean, excuse me. But this is just something that was just not seen coming into this. I am I'm in shock. I feel like Gretna East is wanting to learn. I can't wait I feel like they can't wait to see that director's packet. So
Yeah, that'll be
we
interesting.
that will be interesting, and we will. I mean, the comments on this thing are going to be electric.
Perhaps they will be. Yeah, but besides that, Grand Island doing all they need to do. Obviously, Grand Island Northwest had a really good third tonight. Grand Island coming out with a third tonight as well. Millard South staying pretty consistent after their second at Ralston last week. Elkhorn North is a little interesting. Missing finals. I don't know if they got a time penalty or something. Because Wahoo, I would have picked. I think I picked Wahoo to make finals. I certainly did not pick Aurora Rhapsody to make finals. I feel like we saw a down year from Aurora Rhapsody last year. They were sixth in small mixed at Lincoln Northeast last year, and then they go to like sixth overall at Hastings this year. Granted, in 2023, third overall at Hastings, fifth overall at Wahoo, and fifth overall at Grand Island.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe last year was just a down year for Aurora. I feel like we've said that for like Aurora, Grand Island Northwest, and Elkhorn so far tonight. Just talking about Nebraska. Oh yeah, I did this. Sorry. 1, 2, 3 Nebraska groups. We said that last year was a down year for. I'll say shout out to Aurora for doing this with a student enrollment of like 400 kids. Again, it's going to be one of those things where you got to look at it and be like, what's going on? Okay, this is also very interesting.
What is it?
Because apparently
we passed midnight and everything just goes haywire.
Allegedly, Kevin Palu is listed on the judges list on ShowChoir.com, but Lewis Central was competing today.
I saw that. So I don't know if he was.
So I don't know. Anyways, But anyways, like
Joey in the chat said, depends if show designer band count and the score. Nathan from Circle City says it is because the band margin is larger than the combined vocal plus choreo margin, of course. So,
well, that's if you're doing it based off points. I mean, if you're doing it based off ranks,
true. Yeah. And if anyone knows Norris's show theme, drop it in the chat for sure. That was one comment that we had. And of course, Gretna East Show Choir is in our chat. So you guys are quick with it. I don't know when these results came in, but you guys are quick with it. Thank you for tuning in.
That's a long bus ride down I-80. Back to Gretna.
Oh, big comment here. Last week, I believe this meant to say Gretna. Gretna East beat Norris at Gretna, and Norris didn't even make finals. So this week at Hastings, it's pretty crazy. Even the events of last week and next week, Gretna East and Norris will be at
Lincoln East.
Oh yes, at East.
Yeah. Lincoln East is So first of all, let me just Google the drive back from Hastings because that as someone who has gone to Nebraska semi-frequently over the past few years, I shudder to think of what that drive is.
Oh, man, I couldn't.
That is not the right Hastings High School.
Oh, there's a few. There's a few.
I picked the one in Michigan. Okay, here we go. Only 2 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, so maybe it's not that terrible. I thought that it was going to be at least 2.5, maybe bordering on 3. Things and stuff happens, and all of a sudden, Lincoln East Spartan Spectacular is looking like an incredible comp. Because the lineup at Lincoln East, let's just go over that real quick. Pius Spectrum, which ended last year on a big hot streak. Norris Gold, Elkhorn South Blackout, Papio South Titanium, Gretna East Equinox, St. Thomas Aquinas Swinging Saints, Lincoln Chain Reaction, Lincoln Northwest First Class. There is a lot of it. So obviously at Gretna 2 weeks ago, it went Equinox, Titanium, Blackout, Gold. There's a lot of room for things to shift around in there. Honestly, I'll take a sleeper poll. I'll take Elkhorn South South to be no further down the order than second. I don't want to lock him into either a first or a second, but I will say that Elkhorn South has great potential to be a top 2 group at this competition. And also, this very well might be headed towards a Comps of the Week appearance.
Oh,
so,
no. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No promises, but yes.
Yeah.
We had a few comments. Norris's theme is about the journey and the highs and lows of life. Thank you, Izzy, for letting us know. And then Joey said we have several in the South that are 5 hours. I'm guessing traveling. So yeah.
We got
Norris Gold
results.
I got to see a video of that gym or wherever it was when Norris was announced winner. I got to see the absolute just jubilation. It's got to be something that many, or I say many, that not many have got to feel. Missing finals and then winning a competition that many didn't think that you would have.
Actually did that my freshman year.
You did that your freshman year?
Missed finals, placed 10th at a comp, won the next comp, and swept it vocals, choreo, band.
Oh wow!
That was an electric feeling. That was also the only time I ever won a comp in high school.
So shout out to you.
Yeah.
We have a lot of comments coming in right now. You guys get to see Poco. We saw their results. Shout out to you guys.
Waconia was due for one.
Yeah. I mean, they were. So, it is what it is. I mean, you guys are always killer. My school isn't getting home until right now at 4 a.m. Or right now as of 4 a.m. We left before final awards because if we waited, the sun might be up before we go home. I'm from Aberdeen. Yeah.
That's a drive
that's rough.
by 29 from. Oh, that means they left Millard West. Oh gosh.
Oh. Gotta raise
dear.
more money, I guess. I gotta get the most. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's.
But
well, that's a long drive up by 29. Yeah. So.
Avery's just like all of us. Norris won at Hastings. Yeah, I don't know many that saw it coming. So I mean, we'll be touching on this. I feel like a lot on Monday. Our instant reactions are kind of speechless. Nathan said, "In heartbreak and despair for Gretna East." I feel like there's more confusion. Like they want to, like I said earlier, they want to hang their heads high. They have to. Winning both captions and losing a comp, is a little like, how does that happen? But again, you did that. So I feel like it's more confusion than heartbreak. Like, let me see these scores a little bit. Just give me an explanation.
Yeah, and like we're not trying to insinuate anything.
Yes.
Either. Like they're like, again, I was rattling off Wisconsin comps, but like there are very real situations in which vocals and choreo both go to the group in second place, and either no captions or just band goes to the group in first place. Like these things happen. Even like when Jim posted the results on showchoir.com, he's like, I think this is the first one this year. Meaning that it's very clearly an annual event. The thing that I would say about Gretna East is like there will be another day for Gretna.
Oh yeah.
Like there just will be. So I think and Norris, I mean, there will be another day for Norris too. Like I think they're going to the Fame Finals as well. So
I'm gonna rattle off a few more comments, Will, because I think we have full results from West Branch.
Yeah, we do.
So 14 hours Mississippi to Nebraska. That is rough. I'm guessing that means you guys took a bus.
I can't confirm they took a bus.
I'm probably gonna confirm they took a bus.
Well, no, I can confirm. So like,
okay.
No need for you to confirm.
Joey said, "Are you not getting a hotel?" My thoughts. Avery said, after competing in that competition today, I am shocked. So I'm guessing she's talking about Norris's win. In high school is, the middle school isn't staying, I'm guessing. That's what that means.
Maybe.
Which, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that happens with Mount Zion all the time. So,
yeah. We got.
Do you want to rattle off the West
Also,
Branch results or me?
I can read them off. I've got them up. Sixth place, Western Dubuque, Fifth Ave. Fifth place in Best Band, Cedar Rapids Jefferson Westside Delegation. Fourth, Marion New Creation. Third, Bloomington Jefferson Connection. Second, Des Moines Christian Light Inc. Vocals, Choreo, Show Design, Indianola Side 1.
I feel like this is just a head nodder. Like, yeah, that happened.
I will, I like, as we kind of discussed a little bit earlier when we finally figured it out, Des Moines for Des Moines Christian here. I think depending on, let me see if I have where else they are going this year. But I think, like, if they go back to Dallas Center Grimes, I think they might have a shot at the win at DCG. I do not have a schedule for Des Moines Christian for the rest of the year.
Ooh.
But looking at where they went last year, Glenwood, North Polk, Indianola, Atlantic, Dallas Center Grimes. I think, assuming they go back to, for sure, Atlantic and DCG, because those make a lot of sense. I think we're perhaps looking at wins there as well. So I think I think we can crown them as the best two-way show choir in Iowa, hands down. I don't really even know who their competition would be.
I don't know either.
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna see. This is why we published a ton of rankings at the end of last season to bail me out right now. So yeah, Des Moines Christian was far and away the best two-way show choir in our rankings last year. West Branch was second. Van Meter was third. Emmitsburg was fourth, and Westwood was fifth. Van Meter has looked very sporty so far this year. They snuck into finals at Benton last week. West Branch, they might have been at Muscatine, I think, but I think Des Moines Christian is on top of the two-way pile right now. I think that's pretty obvious. Other than that, I think it's a really solid start to the season for Bloomington Jefferson as well. I think maybe some people were predicting them to be second. But this was a group that made finals everywhere they went last year. And it's generally a markedly smaller group than they were pre-pandemic. But, Brian Onsorg is in year number 4. And Millard West final results are just starting. So maybe we'll have those. I think, because then after that, I think we would just be waiting on the 2 Missouri comps, which I am really not in the mood to try and finagle information. Missouri's like literally, I was so OT, but Missouri is just like an information hole. Like nobody ever knows what's going on in Missouri. So
I mean, if it's not Troy Buchanan or like that information is not coming out that quick. And I mean, we know the winner from I believe it was Mount Vernon, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about so many comps. I'm losing track. Mount Vernon, Webb City had 3 groups in finals. 1 in 3rd place was their women's group. In 1st place was their mixed group, and in 7th place, yes, a 7th finalist was their all-male group.
Speaking of 3 groups in finals, and also relevant to something we are discussing, one of the more notable 3 choirs in finals instances happened at Hastings in 2020. So that was actually the first year that Hastings had a comp. There were only 10 groups there, and 6 made finals. Grand Island Ultimate Image won the comp with Best Choreo. Grand Island Future Image, the prep group, was second with Best Band. Lincoln High Momentum was third. Sydney Heartbreakers, a women's group, was fourth with Best Vocals. Grand Island Sweet Revelation, their women's group, fifth, and Scottsbluff Coral Airs, sixth. So just at the intersection of Hastings, weird caption splits because that one choreo went to first, band went to second, and vocals went to fourth. And 3 groups in finals, we have the Hastings Tiger Clash 2020. Don't tell me how I pulled that. I just remember it. If we look at my showchoir.com predictions for this, I was actually the prediction winner. I scored 338 points. I beat the next closest predictor by 9 points. I correctly predicted the top 3 groups, and all that. So,
Congratulations.
anyways, what else do we want to talk about with West Branch? Oh, Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Nice for them to break through into finals. Fifth runner-up best band as well. They beat Western Dubuque after Western Dubuque beat them 2 weeks ago at Muscatine. I think a lot of people were starting to write off Westside delegation. I certainly don't think that's true. I mean, they tied with Cedar Rapids Washington last week. I think perhaps Cedar Rapids Kennedy stays a few, like a whole hopscotch board ahead of both momentum and delegation. But I think Jonathan Neswick is really putting a solid base under that program. And I think they'll be at Anamosa next weekend and at Bettendorf in 2 weeks. I think, let me look and see who's at Anamosa next week. Liberty, Western Dubuque again. So that'll be 3 for Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, Western Dubuque, as well as Xavier and Iowa City High. So I think I could potentially see a top 3 finish for, so, and then also Marion. So I don't know, maybe top 3, top 4 again for Cedar Rapids, Jefferson next week. And Western Dubuque making finals again. Let me see if there's a streak going for them. No, because they missed at Davenport last year. Otherwise, I've read 2 5ths and a 6th last year for Western Dubuque. Western Dubuque did an HGTV show last year.
I might have awards here.
For Millard West?
Yes. So I'm on my computer on Instagram Live, so I don't know if this is going to be great.
Are you live streaming the warm-up room?
This is the warm-up room, so I'm going off of them. So shout out Aiden Flowers. This is definitely his work. They're giving a lot of thank yous right now. Of course, this was a fantastic competition. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're doing announcements saying thank you to their volunteers.
Yeah, we will probably wrap the stream after our reaction to these results.
We have to.
We've been going for 3 hours and 5 minutes right now.
Dude, I can't believe that we're doing this. I am so happy we are, though. This is something that's kind of been on our bucket list for a little bit, and the fact that we're doing it is, and I mean, there's only so many times we're going to be able to do this because we'll be on the road.
And
so,
and the night has been crazy too. Like we've got plenty of like Hastings, big upset there. A couple of the other ones that we covered a lot of.
Awards. Sorry.
From ATSC, Julian Hendrickson.
I
believe those are best soloists or best performers. I don't know.
Yeah, but also like big results at Stock Prairie, big results at Winfield as well, big results at Standing Bear. So plenty to talk about tonight.
Yeah, and we kind of thought that we missed a once-in-a-lifetime weekend, to cover show choir live. And I mean, we kind of did, but this week followed it up very well. I mean, hopefully this is something we can do in the future. I mean, thank you guys for tuning into this because this is insane. That some of you have tuned in for this long. They're doing outstanding soloists from Brio. Kara Gray. Again, I don't know what she sings but congratulations to Kara Gray. I mean, again, a huge shout out to the warm-up room for live streaming these. We would be sitting here just dumbfounded. Like,
yeah.
Circle C says, it feels like we've been through multiple days of competition just tonight with the crazy results. You are so right, Nathan. You are so right. I am exhausted. 5th runner-up. Aberdeen.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that was
yeah, I don't know if Eagle Express is quite at the level that they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Our 4th C, Joey. Bellas from
Brandon Bellas in the next spot. That's a great showing for them.
It is.
Especially beating West Side, Simply Irresistible, and then beating a great group in Aberdeen.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing best performers. And I'm kind of interested to see how Bella's does in Indiana, because I believe they're going there as well. And going up against Carmel's amazing girls, that's going to be a sight to see, along with Lethem, and I'm blanking on it. I believe I'm blanking on everybody else because I'm so tired. But
Carmel Accents,
yeah,
Millard
yes,
Illumination, who they actually saw here as well.
mm-hmm.
Carol Select Sound, who has beaten Los Al soundtracks in the past.
Yes, they have. Oh, they're still doing best performance.
Stop the cap.
Dude.
Stop the cap.
Dude, you wouldn't be giving out an award if that was so. Congratulations, Chastity Conaway. I don't know from
6th so far, right?
Yes, we have 6th and 5th. So Aberdeen Central in the 6th, and then 5th is Brandon Bellas. So what group won tonight?
So that's what
everyone.
The showchoir.com homepage is for.
I think Show Choir won tonight. If I have to say one group.
Wow, great answer.
Thank you. I know I came up with it myself. Third runner-up.
Infinity from Millard
Millard North Infinity. Okay. So now we're getting into the closer and closer to finding out.
Now, Omaha South took best opener and best closer in prelims. So could they move up into a top 2 spot?
I believe they could.
No, probably not.
Best. The Ambassadors.
Okay.
Best band.
Maybe they will. I would. That would be the quickest apology of my life, man.
Oh my goodness.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, what is going on? Second runner-up. The Ambassadors.
Okay. All right. That is a very strong showing for Omaha South.
Oh, no doubt.
We're gonna get choreo, I feel like.
I don't know.
What award was that?
Oh no, I missed it. I think that might have been the placement. So this might be an ATSC sweep. Or besides Best Band. Best vocals, best choreography, West Side ATSC. They hold off against Brandon, who went into the Midwest. Wow. The Doran Johnson Last Dance is still going on. That is insane. Big shout out to I feel like there's so many shout outs. Omaha South. This is an amazing showing for them. Brennan Brio going up to the Midwest, going up to Nebraska, out of your comfort zone and competing the way you do. Well, not many can replicate it at all. So, and to think that this is the start of them coming up 2 more times to the Midwest is insane. And then, of course, like I said, the last dance of Doran Johnson continues. So, well, you got to say something. I'm losing my mind here.
No. Well, I'll do the best I can to keep it together. I mean, I don't know how well I'm going to keep it together either. No, I think, like, at this point, I think that if you are an appreciator of show choir in general, you just have to sit back and appreciate the vintage West Side year that is going on. Like, the first West Side show I saw live was 2019. That was a phenomenal show. And when you look at when you look at West Side's record last year, only 1 win that came at Pella. Yeah, they got beat by people in state. You know, that'd be Gretna or someone else. This feels a lot more like a vintage season, like 2023, where they won 4 out of their 6 comps, including their first 3. You know, I think we just have to soak it up because we just don't know what's going to happen at West Side after this year, right? Like, for those of you who were in the stream 2 hours ago, we were talking about Ross, and how Ross was an incredibly successful group, but then the candidate that was hired to replace Sterling Finkbein had no previous show choir experience. Like, the group immediately dropped a division. You know, placements were nowhere near what they were. I don't think that's going to happen at West Side. I think that Nebraska has a much stronger show choir culture than Ohio, and I'm willing to catch hands for that statement. I think that most of the big schools in the Omaha and Lincoln metros do that. I think it's going to be a destination job. I wouldn't even be that shocked to see some people from Iowa putting their names in for that. But before we get there, we have to stop. And the last thing I want you to think about before you go to sleep tonight is just relishing the fact that you are live at the same time as one of the best ATSG shows. That's what I want.
We are being treated to a show. And so the last results I want to read off are the prep results from Hastings because those kind of get lost. In the prep division, Norris 68 Street Seniors won the prep division. Grand Island Future Image got second. Millard South Stage 1 won the single gender division. Norris Titaniers got second, and Elkhorn North Encore. So those are going to be the last results I probably read tonight unless something keeps going. Just to read some of these comments. Favorite shows this year? Sadly, that's a conversation for another day. We are gassed. What groups are doing the best this season? A lot. I feel like there are so many different choirs who are making a crazy impact on the season. Will, would you agree?
Can I pick a group?
Sure, go ahead.
I think I would still pick Gretna East. I think Gretna East has unseated Brandon for the title of fastest growing show choir in America. I think Brandon should stop using that. I think that Brandon might be second, but I think that it's pretty undeniable that Gretna East is first right now. Lincoln East next weekend is going to be an absolute chaos show.
Oh, no doubt. One of our contributors said out of all the other contributors, only 4 out of 9 correctly had ATSC, and the other 5 had Brandon. That's how you play the game.
Even split though, that's almost half with ATSC and half with Brandon. I feel like that's kind of what the consensus was. I feel like, I'm going to catch a lot of crap for saying this, but I think that it did kind of draw along regional lines. Like if you were from the South or you have a lot of Southern influence in your life, you were like, oh yeah, Brandon is going to take this. And if you're from the Midwest, you're like, okay, West Side is going to hold their ground and defend their home turf. This is the 8th time West Side has won Music Lives. And you don't see that stuff very often. No. So,
how did Lincoln Southwest Resonance do tonight? They won. Newsflash, they won over Gretna and Lincoln East, and Grand Island Northwest had an amazing showing. Had to be a tough competition. And the Lincoln Southwest train keeps rolling. So, and then we have one from one of my boys, Sam. Shout out Sam for the program. Y'all are so fun, man. Love your knowledge of the art form. You bring so much support and interest to every type of group. Keep going, y'all, and add so much. You add so much positivity to the industry. Thank you, Sam. Much appreciated. I love the. I don't do the hearts. I don't have the heart. But thank you for doing the hearts for me.
Yeah. I think kind of looking down the Millard West results. Obviously, like if you're Brandon, I guess like you're allowed to be disappointed, but I certainly wouldn't recommend being disappointed. I think there were a lot of clinicians in Brandon over these past couple weeks. A lot of new ideas getting tossed into the show. Days of school being canceled, and even if you plan ahead for that, you still can't perfectly replicate it. So I would not advise being disappointed for Brandon Brio members. I would also not advise being disappointed for Omaha South, the ambassadors members. Omaha South, I think, is, again, a choir that we have to put in the category of really talking about turning a corner. They ended last season not ended, but in the later portion of last, they took their first ever program win and a split-caption win over Grand Island at Omaha North. They finished that season up with a second at Millard North and a second at Mitchell. And then this season, a 6th at Gretna and a 3rd at Millard West. They leapfrogged Millard North from last week. So very clearly, this is a show that was not at its full potential last week. It's still growing, and we will be the ambassadors at Papio South and that will be a tough competition as well. They'll see Lincoln East, West Side, Elkhorn South, Gretna, and Millard North.
Yep.
So that's finals as well.
We've talked about so much, but gonna finish up here. Jay Rixner, Johnson just entered Prairie, and are going against Linmar. So,
fun.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow. That will big if true. Yeah,
That's actually kind
like
of crazy.
Linmar is going to take all the shots this year, and
Everybody wants it. Everybody wants it, and the fact that they are even going to Chesterton is, I mean, it takes some kahunas, man. It definitely takes some kahunas to go out and not be afraid of anybody. And the fact that people are picking up competitions to get one jab at them.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like, I rip on a lot of Central Iowa choirs for only competing 4 times a year, and never really going places. And I believe this would be comp number 5 on the year for Johnston. So I do appreciate that.
Circle City, yes, that is huge news if true. Grenna East said thank you. Congratulations on a great showing tonight, Grenna East. Joey said guilty as charged. I picked Brandon. Joey, is that a shocker? Like you picked Brandon?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people thought they could do it, but I mean, first comp out of the gate going up to Nebraska is such a hard thing to do. I give him a lot of credit going in there and doing that. And then he also said, I agree with Will's analysis. We had a bunch of snow days my senior year at Homewood and lost almost every comp, but we set up Homewood's dominance in vocals for the next decade.
Yep. I think that's another thing, and this is like such a meta discussion. It's 12:30 or 1:30 in the morning. Now is not the time.
We're killing it.
But shows can be good and move programs forward without appearing as such on score sheets and results is a very real thing that needs to be talked about more. Right now is not the time to talk about that. I also want to. Do we have more comments, or are we going to wrap back?
We have one more, and then I think we wrap it up. From Circle City Show Choir, who's probably been here the longest out of anybody. Imagine if Johnson steals the belt before it can even get to Chesterton.
That would be insane.
Honestly, if it somehow stays in Iowa, if Lamar loses, I don't know what to think. I actually have no clue. Could this eventually lead to a Burroughs-Burbank situation where they trade it back and forth like 8 different times within like 5-6 years? It could get to that point. So, yeah, and I lied. One more. Thoughts on Hastings? I'm guessing that means it's a competition. It was crazy.
Play this live back after we upload it. And
So I have one more question, Will, so we can wrap it up because I first want to say thank you. I mean,
this is not a pleasure.
This is not for the weak, and the fact that I'm even on here spewing just nonsense is so much fun. So thank you for joining me. But if you had to take one thing from tonight, Will, out of everything that's happened in this craziness, I know we're going to talk on Monday about it more. Just in the moment, what is the thing that stands out to you tonight?
I think it's that we're seeing a lot of shows that are living and growing. When we look at Hastings, obviously Norris going from missing finals to winning. When we look at Sauk Prairie, Waconia, 4th and 5th earlier this season, they get their win. Lincoln Southwest getting back into the winning column at Standing Bear as well. And then also Indianola finally breaking through for both captions. And it feels weird to say finally, but it is their 3rd comp of the year. But we're still in January. So, we're seeing a lot of shows that, and also Olentangy beating Loveland at Field this week, in a flip of what happened last week at Beaver Creek. So I think that's one takeaway, that a lot of people who placed well tonight, even just talking about Omaha South, accidentally did something again. There are a lot of shows that are growing, and a lot of people who placed well tonight can kind of take pride in that, but also a lot of people who may have been starting their season or didn't get the placement that they want. I think that they can hang their hat on that as well, and know that there's a lot of season, no matter where you are. There's a lot of time for clinicians to come in, rehearsals to happen, and for your show to get better.
No doubt. I think you touched on it perfectly. And now it is it's 12:34 or 12. Oh my gosh, 12:37 for me. If you have joined at any point, thank you guys so much. This was the first time we've ever done anything like this. I think it was the first time something like this has happened. So, to my knowledge, thoughts on Grove City Touch a Class? Maybe another time. We have to go to bed.
we have to.
We are so sorry. We'll get to it later. But please, 2 a.m. here. Yes, it is. If you want to see more of us, please join Show Choir Nation on YouTube on Monday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You're right. We will dive more in depth on a few more things here and there. For the first episode of the Teardown, I think this went pretty good. Besides the little break in the middle, where it just randomly shut off because it's so wishy-washy. I think it went great. We had how many guests? Like 5?
Yeah.
So,
Dobbs, Bradley, Aiden, Ava, at least 4.
So thank you to everyone who joined. Hopefully this is something that we can continue doing whenever we have the opportunity. We will be on the road a lot in the next 2 months or so. So this will come less often, but hopefully we can do this little dance again, Will, and hopefully these crazy results keep happening.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful night and rest of your Sunday.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Teardown. I am Ethan, and that is Will underneath me. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have a blessed morning.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.